These cars are halfway to the scrapyard, but they're begging for a second chance. From rusted-out muscle to forgotten cruisers, today's list is packed with raw potential and real garage glory. These aren't showpieces, they're project cars for people who aren't afraid to get dirty. If you've got tools, vision, and grit, this might be your next great build. 1. 1964 Chevrolet Corvette Monza, $2,000. Here's a budget-friendly project for someone not afraid of getting their hands dirty. This 64 Corvette Monza is a 4-speed manual with a flat-6 engine that reportedly runs great once you put in a new battery. But let's be clear, this is a full-on project. The interior needs extensive work, the floorboards are rusted out, and it's having some trouble getting into third gear, likely due to a worn shifter. It also needs a new fuel tank, a new pump, and at least one rear tire. Not for the faint of heart, but for $2,000, it could be a solid start for a lightweight rear-engine classic build. 2. 1979 Lincoln Continental, $3,000. You're looking at nearly 19 feet of full-size American luxury, and it's still going strong. This 1979 Lincoln Continental has only 49,000 miles and still cruises at 70 miles per hour with the cruise control set, according to the seller. But don't let that fool you, it's not perfect. The car's been sitting under a carport collecting dust and needs a bit of TLC. Expect some cleanup, some tune-up work, and probably some fresh rubber. But if you're into big body classics and want one that's at least road ready, this could be a pretty cool cruiser project for the money. Number 3. 1975 Ford F100 Custom Long Bed, $2,500. This is your classic truck project waiting for the right builder. It's a 1975 F100 Custom with a 351 Windsor V8 and automatic trans. The truck does not run, but the engine reportedly cranked recently at the shop after the distributor was redone. What it needs is no small list: a carburetor, belts, hoses, radiator, and the usual tune-up. The body has some rust, especially in the bed and under the doors, but the frame is clean. It's being sold as a complete non-running unit. No parting out, no title, but it comes with a clean bill of sale. Whether you want a vintage daily, rat rod, or parts hauler, it's a rough but restorable foundation. 4. 1971 Chevrolet Impala 4-door sedan, $2,000. Here's a 4-door 71 Impala Survivor with a clean title and a mostly original setup. It's a 60,000-mile car, but there's no key and no mention of whether it runs or not. The seller says everything is original, which likely means it hasn't been touched in years. As it stands, it's a mystery. Could be a hidden gem or a long-term yard ornament. If you're local and willing to take a chance, it might be worth a trailer trip to check out in person. Five. 1966 Mercury Montlair, $2,800. This Montlair is one of the more complete projects on the list. The seller says it's about 80 to 90% finished, which still leaves plenty of work to do. The body's straight, the interior is in surprisingly decent shape, and it's powered by a newer 390 V8 swapped in from a 70 ZF250. That said, it still needs fuel and brake lines, an exhaust, and finishing touches to get it road ready. A really cool vintage full-size coupe with tons of character, if you've got the time and tools to wrap it up. Six. 1963 Ford Falcon Futura, $2,500. Here's a rarely seen project, a '63 Falcon Futura with great vintage looks and a ton of potential. The body looks straight, the red-on-red color combo is a nice classic touch, and it appears mostly complete. The downside? It's not running. According to the seller, the engine is missing a carburetor and will need a few other things before it'll fire up again.
If you're looking for a compact, classic Ford project with style and history, this might be the one, and the seller's open to offers. Seven, 1963 Ford Fairline 500, $2,500. This one's a survivor, a mostly original 63 Fairline 500 with a manual transmission and over 140,000 miles on the clock. It's been through a few owners and it's seen better days, but the bones are still there. The gold exterior and red interior give it that early 60s flair, and the seller says it needs work, which is putting it mildly. It could be a solid, long-term project for someone who appreciates Ford history and doesn't mind starting with a rough but restorable platform. Eight, 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air 4-door hardtop, $2,100. A true American icon, even if it's not in ideal condition. This 57 Bel Air is a 4-door hardtop with factory power windows, dual antenna, and classic bumper guards. It's got a 283 V8 with an automatic transmission, but it doesn't come with a title, so be ready to chase paperwork. It looks like a solid builder or parts donor. Whether you're restoring it, hot rodding it, or just looking to rescue a piece of history, this one has potential if you're not afraid of paperwork and rust. Nine, 1967 Mercury Capri, $2,000. Here's one that's a bit of a mystery. This 67 Mercury Capri is listed as a standard shift car that will start and move, but clearly needs some TLC. The seller is up front. It's a fixer-upper, no title, bill of sale only. The body looks relatively complete, and it could make for a fun budget drag or custom build. Not for everyone, but if you're local and looking for a unique project, this one is worth a closer look. Ten, 1975 Chevrolet Camaro, $3,700. This second-gen Camaro project is already off to a solid start. Under the hood is a modified 350 small block, paired with a working automatic transmission. The car starts, goes into drive and reverse, and even has working brakes, though they need replacement. The seller recently added 4 new floor pans, a new gas tank, and weather stripping for the doors. The interior is stripped, no seats currently installed, but that's part of the restoration process. If you've been dreaming of a budget muscle car build, this is a running start with good bones and a clean stance on Kragar wheels. Eleven, 1979 Chevrolet Corvette L82, $3,800. Last up is a classic C3 Corvette L82, a higher performance trim that's becoming more desirable among project car enthusiasts. This one has 104,000 miles, a manual transmission, and a clean title. It hasn't started in years, but the motor isn't locked up. The seller even used Marvel Mystery Oil when he parked it. The issue? The carb was flooding, and now it'll need a full refresh before it hits the road again. If you're looking for a low-price entry into Corvette ownership, this could be a great foundation with some sweat equity. If you love saving classics from the scrapyard, this list proves there's still plenty out there, but time's not always on your side. Most of these cars need trailering, patience, and vision. But with the right tools and a little heart, you might just bring one of these rusty legends back to life. Let us know in the comments, which one would you rescue first?